Oh, sincere tone, look at camera. I have to tell you guys, the only reason, like, I had the stream ready yesterday, and I've been trying to get myself to do it, and I couldn't do it. And the only reason I was finally able to do this stream today is because of the shadow cabal of production executives. The slogan is Cheetos Demolition. And because of this bubble here that appeared in the VNA logos on in the Discord, this little bubble reminded me that like I don't only stream for myself. I stream to help some others feel virtually not alone. And so this bubble gave me the power to do this stream. And so here are your savings throws for your mind control. Until the next live stream, you can choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose! Survivalists with a 7. Hope you got some bonuses. Socialists with a 2. You're just very susceptible to mind control between now and the next live stream. Be very careful. Sophists, lovers of wisdom, 15. You're gonna be alright. Heart folks with the 5. 5. 5? 5. Okay. So, no disassemble. No disassemble. So Pastor Paul is back, ladies and gentlemen, and good old Johnny Paggio came by. Here's a piece of that. What? No, play the clip. Return the clip. Play it. What? What? Oh, you're embarrassing me.
You're watching Vervaeke now. YouTube doesn't care who you watch.
Yeah.
Just that you watch.
Yeah.
So I think even though on one hand, we're certainly making use of this medium, I think we do our audience a disservice if we don't continue to remind them that it's going to be in having in real life commitments to one another in a face-to-face way. All of this talk about self-improvement, self-transcendence, none of that is going to happen if the tyranny of the individual isn't broken. And the most obvious breaking of that is by making and keeping commitments.
That makes
Remember, embody. We want what's best for you. There is no agency. Right now I'm grabbing clips while I'm speaking and you're looking at blackness. It's fascinating. So here's another one from that. Hey.
I think it has to do with hierarchy. People don't understand also that hierarchy is always negotiation, not in a bad way, not in the sense of like a fight or some kind of conflict, but it's a negotiation in the sense that whatever thing wants to find body has to deal with the body it's going to find, right? It's like a maple tree growing in a...
Like, if you want to build an army of 12 monkeys, you have to deal with the monkeys that show up. They're not necessarily perfect monkeys.
Let's say on a rock, has to negotiate its body out of what is possible for it. So the structure of a tree will be related to the soil in which it is. And that is just a natural relationship between the pattern and its instantiation. And that is true for any type of hierarchy, any type of authority. There's a negotiation between the pattern and the structure and the potential that will instantiate it. There's no way around it. It's never just top down. Top down is not, at least not, I don't think there's any way to argue that top down, just, I mean, I think it has to do with hierarchy. People don't understand also that hierarchy is always negotiation.
As a pastor, I deal with that. You're always dealing with sheep that behave badly. So I have a heart for sheep that behave badly.
In which we engage.
This one, on the other hand, see, one of the benefits we have with Pastor Paul's infiltrationary connection with Pajot is Pajot comes to him and rats on what Peterson's doing behind the scenes. And one of those is their Exodus seminar with 8 people, because Papa Peterson couldn't do it himself, I guess. I don't.
With each other in a ritual worship sacrifice sense. That's actually what's probably the prime drive of where we're going in terms of Exodus. But that's all related to what we're talking about. It's very much, Exodus is actually, I'm really happy that we're doing Exodus, because Exodus is really about the discussion that we're having now and understanding the relationship between the embodied practice, which instantiates these patterns that are above. And that's what Exodus is about the whole time. And some of it does include, having to remove the patterns or remove the things that don't fit. And it looks weird in the text because it does look weird. In the text, it's like, well, yeah, it's killing a bunch of people. I understand that's difficult. But it's like, you can either just be annoyed and angry and just scream and shout, in which we engage with each other.
Killing a but. Okay, but that's not actually the part I wanted to talk about of the video. He does this, and then the next day, Paul drops this thing on management, and it's interesting. It's like a troll to me, because Exodus is the story of the creation of the first global middle management, and these two things combined to
that part of all of these skills are they're basically necessary for having a satisfying church life, a satisfying romantic relationship, a satisfying relationship.
Wait. This part we'll do from here.
For a number of hours with people, you can
like here. 200 people, if you spend 3 days together, 2 days together.
Oh yeah, this clearly was recorded before my Thunder Bay trailer came out, because they didn't talk about it at all.
It's not the same. Like, you have time to, we'll eat, we'll sit, we'll talk. There'll be a lot of breathing room. And so I think that will be in some ways very refreshing compared to, the one-stop evening, presentation and then a few questions at the end. That's really what I'm looking forward to, really, is to have just time and to end with you and with John, and to be able to talk with you and John and have other people sitting around that are chiming in, that are giving their ideas.
Hey, you guys, paintball. Okay. You're not gonna do paintball for Jesus, but you are gonna play airsoft. So fellowship airsoft tournaments between churches instead of paintball for Jesus, since you guys don't like it. Just want to throw my idea out there.
That's definitely what I'm looking most forward to, and I think that it will I think it will cement, and I think people will create relationships there as well. Because a lot of let's say the symbolic core people or the estuary people, they meet online, but yeah, going there, meeting in the flesh, spending a few days together, that will definitely cement. And I definitely see people visiting each other and then calling each other afterwards and staying in touch. That's definitely what I hope.
Yeah, that's what I hope for too. The thing that I've appreciated most over these last 4 years has been, I'm trying to get Rick to go. Now Rick's going to listen to this. He's got to get a passport first, but even the idea of going to Minneapolis,
Oh hey, what's that mug in the back you got there?
carpooling, doing a road trip together. as a minister, I've often found that car time with people
Yeah.
in our culture is really valuable because, you know, the cell phone doesn't work that well. You're in a car, you're in that confined space for a number of hours with people. You can gain a level of fellowship, of personal knowledge. You can find people.
Well, we watch each other on YouTube, so we're confined to our phones. And oh, hey, remember, Ambadi, good to see you, Pet Cow and Magic. The most optimal hierarchy is the most negotiated hierarchy. I have a heart for sheep that behave badly also.
People that you actually click with and can maybe, you know, build longer friendships. You know, friendships, again, I just saw a video, someone was saying that Generation Z is the loneliest generation.
Ha! Ha! That was the part that I wanted to play. This part here.
Which is, you know, astounding given the fact that we're all running around with these little devices in our pocket that it supposedly connects us to the world.
Yeah.
The quality of that connection is
weak. No, for sure. Yeah, kids don't right now. Kids don't see each other a lot. They're on Instagram or on Snapchat or whatever, sending each other photos and writing text. But there's hard, you know, it's not. I've noticed it. Like even my kids, my kids see a lot of their friends, maybe more than a lot of people, but they still, I feel like, you know, when we were kids during the summer, you would spend all day with other people. Like you would leave in the morning and then you just spend all day with people and then you come back home. And that's not the case. Like it might be happening somewhere, but it's definitely not happening around here. So it's just, so you're right. These friendships are going to become more and more precious as time kind of moves forward. And we'll have to be deliberate about it. We can't just think it's going to happen.
well, and I also think a lot of the self-improve. So there's a lot.
Yes, good to see you, Paul. I am. But I'm virtually not alone, thanks to the shadow cabal of production executives. And this bubble right here, this bubble that we're in together, makes us all virtually not alone right now.
A lot of this sort of self-improvement stuff on the internet right now, and in some ways we're sort of adjacent to that, given Clean Up Your Room, and you know, Jordan's sort of in a self-help thing with his couple of his books. But I think and a lot of that focuses on, well, eating better and cleaning your room and having a better job. I suspect that part of what's going on with Gen Z is that they haven't developed the interpersonal skills to really build lifelong
no, come here, come, where are you? Come here. Bear with me. Okay, ready?
job. I suspect that part of what's going on with Gen Z is that they haven't developed the interpersonal skills to really build lifelong relationships with one another, because the only way you can actually build those skills is to be with people.
Yeah, just spend a huge amount of time with people. Exactly.
Yeah. And
Hey, okay, now back over. This is why you shouldn't ever do that, because then you have to. But that part, and then take that and add in this. Add in this part. Maybe.
Acutely, there's the risk that we're developing things that we know aren't safe for release, but they get out because containing tiny microorganisms is a really hard thing to do. And so just accidents are a very real thing. And then obviously bioweapons, and not just state actors that you can kind of deal with via deterrence, but non-state actors where it's very hard to deal with them via deterrence because they might not care, and or might because they're a suicide cult or whatever, and or because they're not identifiable. When we see increasing kind of suicide shooters where, you know, they can kill a lot more people with an assault rifle than they could with a handgun or with a knife, as we move from assault rifle to weaponized drones or biotechnology or whatever, obviously how much harm a psychologically unwell person can cause as the decentralized weaponizable technology increases changes a lot.
Okay. So if the connection I'm making there is as we lose the human bonding and the social skills of the fabric that holds us all together, we're going to have more unstable actors. At the same time, the damage that unstable actors can do increases. Oh my God, what are we going to do? The answer, my friends, is the Fellowship Airsoft Tournament Series. Brought to you as a product out of Thunder Bay, where they tasted the survivors that were double vaxxed and also did cardiac things. The survivors of such an event felt the joy of fellowship, of shooting at each other, the way that men have done for centuries, fatally. And now, enough to pull you off of your device into sweat, into your body with other men's and women, because why not? The fellowship airsoft tournaments are the wave of the future for Christianity and folks like you. Yes, I've given up on paintball for Jesus, Paul. Nobody will do it. However, FAST is a neat acronym too, because it cleans out your system. So the Fellowship Airsoft tournaments are okay. No, me either. I haven't. That's as far as I got in the film. But the point is the severity of this Generation Z thing. This frankly, it's like it's not gonna show up until the DSM-7 or whatever. But it's screen-induced dissociative identity disorder. Like, we over-identify with our ego brain left self because our body is sitting sedentary for so much, and the self we recognize as the attention we're steering is in this device, and that disconnects us from the way we feel on the inside. And like, the best way to reconnect is to be in another room with a human being and maybe even touch them and create some oxytocin, because that human contact with other humans, not so much when you touch yourself, but human contact increases this thing called oxytocin. And since nobody is touching each other, like, psychologically we're suffering from like mass oxytocin deficiency. And while I'm here being medical advice, you know that thing they call attention deficit disorder? Wait, disorder? Anyway, attention deficit disorder is because the kids weren't given enough attention when they were children, and they develop an attention here's some more of what's his face? Yeah.
So we have advanced to a world where more states have nuclear weapons. More other states that don't have nuclear weapons have the ability to do disinformation attacks and things that could lead to nuclear escalation between the countries that do.
Just between you and me, nukes are a big LARP. And so this thing, I wanted to go over what happened, because people are like, the managerial thing happened at the same time, so it goes good with what Paul was talking about today. But watch this.
To become full-time water buffaloes, You men must prove you possess the right qualities. First, water buffaloes must have tender hearts.
Ouch! Ow! Ouch!
See, this whole estuary business is a replacement for the Mason Lodge, which was so pervasive in our culture up until television, up until set started keeping everyone at home, and it was more socially, okay, it was socially relevant. You got more social bang for your buck out of your time investment by knowing what everybody saw on set the night before than attending these sorts of lodge type interpersonal events. So like between the after church activities falling away and the things like the Mason lodges crumbling, the men sharing men knowledge and manhood skills diminished as if like they were feeding everybody. Apparently, I probably should not put Flintstones on the screen because, you know, they are the Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. They're a modern Stone Age family. So speaking of management, did you guys see this one?
Of families and the structures of our civil societies. Accurate enough, culture and fisheries protests, the Canadian.
First, I must point out, like, the entire beginning of this thing feels like, hey, I saw Burn Power's poll. Oh, look, it's Skull and Bones timestamp.
Canadian trucker convoy, or before that, the rise of the so-called Yellow Jackets in France, the farmer rebellion in India a few years ago, the recent catastrophic collapse of Sri Lanka, or the energy crises in Europe and Australia.
All right, check this out. This is a skill move. This is a skill move you can do. You can go down to these dots here to show transcript, and then Control F for there, here. And here we go.
And here we go. Deloitte is the largest professional service network in the world, headquartered in London. It is also one of the big four global accounting companies offering audit, consulting, risk advisory, tax, and legal services to corporate clients. With 250,000 professionals operating on those fronts worldwide, and as the third largest privately owned company in the US, Deloitte is a behemoth with new...
Behemoth! It's Behemoth! Okay, so Papa Peterson comes out blazing against this one particular company that probably pissed off the CAA. And then, masterfully, Vanderklay backs his play and calls out the managerial layer.
Hi, this is Paul. Just got back from my lunch with Freddie. Freddie and I did.
Wren guy.
It doesn't matter.
This Aaron Wren fella.
Matter what their sexual desires are. It doesn't. None of those things matter. It's all whitewashed. What matters is that you pay your fee and you receive what you are contractually obligated to. That's the kind of relationship you have in terms of the hierarchy. And so it's, I think Ren is right here that sort of what washes is let's make everyone the same. And because that's how we're going to treat everyone the same. The difficulty, of course, is that everyone is not the same, and the differences between people.
We have surgeries for that. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal and Cheetos Demolition for making this stream possible. No, I don't. All right, I'll just hang out for a minute. Hey, Chad, how's it going? He put out a video today playing You gotta, when you're in the chat of a live streamer, it's good if you specify which he, because like I have to schmuck. Oh, Yeah, see, I got all excited because he called out the whole predator prey thing after he talked to Teal, and you know, howdy. Lynn says, I decided I prefer Mr. Peterson's wife to watch rather than, oh yeah, that lady's a trooper. Great clip, great Flintstone clip. There may be a whole gender identity discussion to be had with wives sneaking in with just mustache. Okay, this gender identity, it's not fair to the ugly people to say you were born in the wrong body. It's just not fair. It's bullshit. There's airsoft for Jesus, and I can't cross the double vaccination line. However, if somebody wants to fundraise an event on like Copperhead Bay across, like on the Michigan side, I'll go up to the Upper Peninsula. Tell us where the behemoth is and let's go poke at it. And oh yes, did you quit Gillette? They're apparently terribly evil. Let's check this out.
Families and the structures of our civil societies accurate enough, even to give those who employ them any.
Dude, I swear it's like he saw the third season of Westworld. It's very exciting. But what is this? Now, there's this thing. You know how I have the
edge. What's
yeah? You come here. You know how we have the clip reapers who like go and take clips of things and put them in the Discord for us all. It's like we do show and tell with each other in there. I'm also thinking that there's room as like a character adventure class for these ladies, because why not? Called the Do Dilettantes. Okay, the Do Dilettantes. And then the due dilettantes do due diligence. Like, homeboy is calling out this Dillette thing, right? Where am I? Come here. So let's see what that's all about. Let's do a little bit of the due diligence. Not, I'm not. Let's go to their official website. I'm not good at diligence. It's not my specialty. But this is a little bit of what it would look like. Like when Papa Peterson calls out people. Cookie settings. Strictly necessary. No. You can't have those ones. You can't have those ones. Oh, they had the advertising ones off already. That was sweet. Meet the people. Who's this guy? This is one of those generated by computer people, I bet. Bottomless, his love of diversity are what make Aaron Brown tick. How diverse is your front lawn? Audit and insurance, that's not helpful. Where's the people with the money? The old white guys. Are they on here? Is that... this is why I don't like doing due diligence. But these... Okay, well... services, mergers and acquisitions, cyber and regulatory. All right. So imagine that there's people that enjoy. So just imagine for a second that there's people out there that enjoy doing due diligence, and they brought the rest of us who hate it the information, and then we had some charismatic person relay the due diligence, like how Discord is connected to Tencent and stuff that responsible people who do the due diligence, like imagine diligence was a product you could bring the tribe. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. It's just us. It's just us. Okay, so there, due diligence, management. There was this. Let me see if I can grab the spot right here.
We don't have enough parts. We don't have enough fuel. The whole reason why we want to capture the oil fields and the food supply.
Oh yeah, that's like, listen to your officers or you won't be able to successfully invade Russia. Anyway, thanks for being part of the corner, the part of the hive mind, thinking about me. Fast Fellowship Airsoft Tournament, the new Paintball for Jesus. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal production executives. Remember, everybody, Cheetos Demolition.